Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. The Real Rant Reviewer back with you. Thanks for joining me, your best friend, yes, me and you, us together to review another awesome rant on another awesome movie. Guys, Léon the Professional 1994's. Léon the Professional. Oh wow, Jean Reno and Natalie Portman's first role. I'm sure you'll know her, but guys, of course, spoilers ahead. I freestyle my thoughts on the movie, then I go ahead and go through the plot. So let's wrap this shit up. Let's talk. The Professional. Now, I want to talk about, man, so much, right? This movie is so underrated, guys. It is so fucking underrated that it kills me. How fucking underrated this movie is. It does not get its credit. It does not get its fucking respect. And it should. Higher on the list, higher markings. This movie, when I saw it in 94, late 94, early 95, VHS, of course, and then watched it ever since on TV millions of times, this fucking movie blew me away, and it still blows me away. The chemistry between these two and the characters that they make, phenomenal, guys. And Gary Oldman's in this, and he wants everyone there to take out Mr. Renault, the hitman from hell. They want him down, but he'll do anything to protect this little girl, Natalie Portman. So what a concept, what a story, what a thriller. I call this a thriller. It thrilled me, this fucking movie. And the ending and the middles and the beginning, guys, the beginning, you're not knowing what to expect. And then, boom, they hit you when they introduce Natalie Portman. And the dynamic of the family. And it's a very brutal movie, indeed. But when you have Gary Oldman as well, playing he's young this time, guys. He's in this fresh mood. He's playing a psychopath that takes these pills that make him better or worse, I don't know, and tweak him out to do his job. To be a bad cop. He's a corrupt cop. And he has the whole force behind him, as you can see. So, this movie, when I saw it, it just blew me away. And there was many other things, guys, I probably had in my head about it. But let's just get into the plot and wrap it up so we can get to shit on or randomly awesome fucking movies. That's even a word. So, the Real Rant Reviewer, baby. So, let's do it. The plot. I'm trying my best here. I got Wikipedia, but I will try my best. Basically, you meet Mr. Renault here, Jean Reno. He's a hitman from, and he's a hitman from Italy or what have you. And he comes to New York, to America, to do jobs. And you see his first job that he does. This job, he kills people, but it's a warning to the main man to pay up. So the main man pays up after being scared shitless, basically pantless, by fucking Mr. Renault. You see Mr. Renault go back to his boss, who is Danny Aiello. And Danny Aiello is basically taking advantage of him throughout this movie because he can't really communicate and together, and it's just, and he's ripping him off with the jobs and stuff. It's really some shit right there too, man. Just wow, what a movie. Made me feel like shit just saying that, guys. Didn't even want to mention that part. I had to though. I had to be truthful. So anyways, he's ripping him off. Anyways, and then you get to meet with Mr. Jean Reno and how he lives his life, guys. He takes care of plants, he drinks milk, and he's lonely. He's very lonely. And he just kills, does his job, comes home, and that's it. He runs into Natalie Portman one day and sees her bruises on her face, and he doesn't really pay her no mind. He doesn't want to get attached to anything. I think he's afraid to lose. That's what it is, guys. I'm going to start crying when I talk about this fucking movie. I can't believe it. Let's get to it, please. So, he sees the bruises. One day, this man, Mr. Crazy, Gary Oldman, police, corrupt cop, comes in with his crew and murders her whole family because they owed money. They owed money to him. They would not pay in time. And he warned them. So they came for life and blood. And they got it. And they also found the money that the guy was lying about. So Mr. Oldman is very smart. He knows sick people. He knows evil. So he outsmarted that guy for sure. Killed Natalie Portman's whole fucking family. She's at the store when this is happening, guys. So she walks in. She sees all this happening. Walks past her apartment crying. Goes to Mr. Renault's apartment because he sent her out for milk, which is a nice little gesture there, right? But he doesn't want to let her in. She's crying. Her family's dead. He sees it. He sees these guys out there with guns. He has a gun to the door. He's thinking of blowing. I don't know what he's thinking because that's the point. But he doesn't want to let her in because he knows if he lets her in, it's bringing everything onto him. And the great part about this scene, guys, is when he opens the door and the light shines on her and she's saved by him. This is the moment that Mr. Renault changes his life forever. And he knows it when he's behind that door. When you see him deciding whether to open it or not, He opens it. The light shines on Mrs. Portman. She gets inside, and he's able to protect her. Now, she lives with him for a while and stuff like that. But she grows to love him. Like, she loves him in an affectionate way. She loves him in an emotional. She loves him in all kinds of she loves him completely, guys. As a father figure, as everything. She loves this man, and he loves her as a daughter. He loves her as a daughter that he's never had. He loves her more than life. You know, like we'll see as we see in this movie, guys, how far he's willing to go to protect her. How much life he's willing to take, including his own. So we get to the part where he lives, as you see here. He's teaching her about guns. He does that. He doesn't want her to become a killer, all that stuff. But she wants revenge. She wants to kill Mr. Ullman for killing her family. So eventually it gets to that point where she gets to the police station and tries to kill Mr. Ullman. Mr. Ullman sees it coming. He gives her a speech and lets her free, but scares the shit out of her. And then what he does, he has her hostage, right? Yes. And he brings his whole entire fucking crew, because she tells him where he's at or whatever. He knows. He comes for Mr. Renault, finally. And he has Mrs. Portman as a hostage. Now, he has the whole SWAT team, guys, the whole police team. And these guys are fully armored, fully armored, fully geared, tear gas. They got snipers outside the building against one man, Mr. Renault. And all Mr. Renault wants is his daughter. That's what I'm calling it from now on, because by the time from this movie, it is his daughter. And blood is not thicker than water sometimes, guys. Unfortunately, it's not. Believe it or not. And this movie proves that. So he is ready. So he's got his guns ready. He's got everything ready. And he sets them up. So it's guys, the action scenes are incredible. Props off to the director. Fucking amazing. He does something I've never seen before. He hangs from the ceiling. This is 94. He hangs from the ceiling and kills them all by hanging down, which is believable. And he closes the door. He's able to kill more as they come in. The snipers are not able to shoot Mr. Renault. He's able to dodge their bullets by taking cover. As he's killing more and more of these police officers that are trying to engage him and come inside, he's yelling at them to let the girl go, to let Mrs. Portman go, to let her go. Finally, they're down to like 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers, man. And Renault's got him dead to rights, to the gun to the head, and says, let the girl go. And he does. They let the girl go. She spits in their faces. She fucking runs to Renault. They back into the apartment. The snipers try to shoot again. Now, this is when Mr. Renault, he knows that time is of the essence, that his time is limited. His lifespan is limited. He needs to get her out. So, now this scene, guys, in the end, I've never seen anything like it. Okay? And I don't, maybe we'll be seeing it, prior or whatever, or after, excuse me, but not prior. I mean, this guy, he literally goes adrenaline pumped fucknut, and he lifts up a table, and what he does is he gets an axe, and he axes the wall so that he's able to make a hole big enough, just big enough for her to fit and slide down. So she would slide down the wall of the apartment all the way down to the basement, to the fire, and get out through the basement and just leave. But the hole is just enough for her. But the way that he is ripping at, you could see his fury and his panic and his strength and his love and everything of the moment is incredible to watch. And then when he puts her down the hole and she doesn't want to go, he's telling her, you got to go. And this is the part, I'm going to cry. It's the part where Mr. Renault tells Mrs. Portman, the little girl, what she has done for him this whole time. And the whole time you see Mr. Renault trying to deny that love because he was afraid to lose. But he realized in the end that it was worth it all to love and to risk and now to lose because it was worth it. Her name is Matilda, by the way, Mrs. Portman. That it was worth it to go through all of this again, for the love of Matilda, all the memories they made and all the joy. Taught him how to love again. She leaves, and he gives a roar. They throw in missiles or explode. They throw in RPGs that explode. You think Mr. Renault is dead. He's not dead. He survives because he covers himself with the fridge. This is before Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. He's able to probably cover himself with the fridge and other furniture. to survive the explosion. He's able to take one of the dead SWAT teams. This is another first, guys. Take a SWAT team's. I've never seen this before in '94. Before '94, takes a SWAT team gear and walks out. He's making it. He's making it. He's out the end. He can see the end of the light of the tunnel. But then guess who's there at the back? Mr. Oldman, Psycho Man, who says get everyone. He's there. He's on his pills, guys. He's outsmarted Mr. Renault this time, which I do like because it makes it a great villain. He's a great villain in this movie, Mr. Oldman. You really fuck him. Want to be around him. And he's what he's doing is he's stalking Mr. Renault with a gun to the back of Renault's head because Mr. Renault is focused on going outside and can't hear well from the explosion that just went off earlier. And then there's a flash. That's the gunshot. Mr. Renault's on the ground. Next time you see him, his blood leaking out of his head. He's trying to say something, and Mr. Oldman is trying to say what, and lean closer to see what he's saying. And he hands Mr. Oldman a ring to a grenade, and he says, "This is from Matilda." And Mr. Oldman opens up the jacket of Mr. Renault, and there is nothing but a million fucking grenades, basically. And Mr. Oldman says a great line and a great look. He says, "Oh shit," and then shit, whatever, and boom, blows them both up, takes Mr. Oldman and Renault out, and you see Matilda escape. Matilda escapes, and she's able to go to an orphanage and plant a plant that Mr. Renault gave her that they really cared about to continue their friendship forever, because trees and plants live forever, as we know, guys. So that's the end of the movie. Curtain call on Léon, the professional. Guys, please watch this fucking movie. It's so hard to get through. I'm sorry, guys, if it's crap. My audio was crap. My commentary. I'm sorry. I love all of you. Please watch this movie. Take care of y'all. The Real Rant Reviewer.